Hey, Butter, can you hear me now? Hello? Can anyone hear me?
I can hear you.
All right, cool. Then that means it's just Butter ignoring me.
Her mic is muted, so she could be answering
Oh,
you and you
okay.
wouldn't even know.
Oh, that makes sense. Damn it. What the fuck wrong with my
Oh,
shit?
so we'll pick a seat.
No, it's not that. It's this. I was trying to do something and that shit's not acting right. There we go. Now, nigga, that shit was crazy. I dug it though.
We can't talk about it.
I know.
All right,
I
all
didn't
right,
say
all
the
right.
name.
Welcome to Keeping It Real podcast, y'all. This is week 4. I'm your girl, Smooth Butter. This is Wicked Eye Green and Dark Halloween. Sitting up in this thing again. We're back on the ones and twos today. I don't know exactly what we're supposed to be talking about, so don't ask me. I'm trying to get it together. That's what happens when you're melanated, but we got this. Y'all go ahead.
Of course we do.
Girl,
So,
did you see what we saw on the internet?
yeah, that's a whole lot of teeth smacking.
That's the lighter. I'm
Oh,
waiting for. Did you see what we saw on the internet?
Butter?
Oh Lord, have mercy. How many of y'all seen the horned Ray J?
Oh, looking like one of them horn toads or them horn frogs.
Yo, he got lumped up so bad in this MMA fight. Yo, it is ridiculous. Yo. So he's in this little makeshift little whatever MMA fight, right? With I forgot the person that he was fighting, but he's in there and he doing this little boxing. He trying to fight, and he got a couple of lucky little punches in and whatnot. But I guess he wasn't prepared for the retaliation. Because whoa, let me tell you, dude hit Ray J so hard
That nigga paused.
that ninja's body didn't even know it was knocked out for 6 seconds.
That nigga hit the pause button for real. That nigga was like, and then grabbed the ropes and fell out.
This boy's whole body, his whole soul escaped him and looked at him from above.
Saw the horns and then jumped back in his body. Was like, nah. Shook his head and jumped back in his body and just fell out.
By the time his soul returned, he was on the mat.
For real. He tried to bounce back up though, all late and shit. God.
But it was the end of the fight. It was the end of the fight for me. It was the end of the fight. When he was talking to the commentator or the ref, the commentator or whoever that dude was.
The interviewer.
Yeah, and he kind of was like, "Yo, this isn't the outcome that we agreed upon."
Do you know how much money we lost? This wasn't the plan. This nigga had every excuse as to why he got knocked the fuck out.
Exactly.
Only thing he was missing was Chris Tucker standing over him. Nigga, you got knocked the fuck out.
Yo, it was hilarious.
Yes, it was.
Oh God.
It was also kind of shameful. You just felt you just felt shame when you saw him. Just like
Now,
not only did you get knocked out, but now you look like a two-horned frog.
I will say
It's
though,
wrong.
his haircut was fly as fuck though. His haircut was nice. Hey, go front. His hair was sharp.
He was no rap. Even a reporter said that.
Yo, his hair looked fly though. He had a nice little cut.
He was like, "You got your hair did all nice and got knocked the fuck out. How do you feel?"
Oh my God. Now, speaking of MMA, so Clarissa Shields is banned from any MMA awards, something or another, because she's got into an altercation with another female at the event, and the other female, I believe, is a fighter. And I guess the female made comment to Clarissa about something. It might have had something to do with Papoose, I think. I'm not sure. But she called Clarissa on her bullshit, and Clarissa took that shit personal, and she smacked her. She smacked her like, not like that Will Smith smack. You got to remember, this Clarissa. So
she has some oomph behind it.
So she smacked her.
Has some oomph behind it.
Yo, so now Clarissa about to be sued.
But
Clarissa about to go.
I look at it.
Clarissa did what?
Yeah, she slapped the shit off this chick. But the whole point is, when you interviewing, they already have it pre-scripted about what's allowed to be said, what's not allowed to be said, and all of this stuff when you do interviews for fights. And
yeah,
when
but this wasn't an interview for a fight though. Exactly, her and this female. This wasn't exactly an interview.
Period. But it's like interview period. It's like an interview period, or even a conversation, if it's live or if it's on the air, is usually it's already pre-scripted. And when you deviate from that to try,
I bet you that.
Not at all. No, but that's what I'm saying. When you go off topic to try to get like shock value by hitting somebody with a bullshit ass question out of left field, you better be prepared for the response, because obviously she said something to Clarissa that wasn't mentioned or wasn't supposed to be touched upon, and she decided.
Wait, hold on now. No, wait a minute. Now, I'm not saying that I'm dumb enough to do this shit, but like, if I saw Clarissa, I might just ask her, like, what possesses you to think that it's okay for you to plan to have babies next year with a married man? I might ask her that question. That don't give her the right to motherfucking smack me, because she put her information out there. She put her business out there. So she can't be mad because somebody's questioning about the business that she is on Facebook and TikTok and Instagram bragging about, because Pap is always the fuck upstairs.
Yes, Pap is upstairs.
But I look at it as, well, maybe it was the tone in which she said it. Maybe she, like, I didn't see the interview, but maybe she said some other shit.
A little bit back and forth for a couple seconds, and Clarissa kind of reached over there, like, kind of reached the
gave her a reality check,
and popped her. She
went old school AT&T and reached out and touched.
Yeah. She definitely, some fingers was definitely doing the walking.
Ooh, like the yellow pages. Run that.
Right. Like what did the 5 fingers say to the face?
That's what it said.
It was one of those situations, but yeah, that's what.
Yeah, because if they was jawing back and forth, one thing you should know: you don't talk. You don't want to jabber back and forth with somebody who can fight, because their first response is a.
I'm gonna do that with somebody that can fight. I'm just gonna make sure that they're on my level of fighting.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? That's what I said.
Exactly.
Like, I might want to question Clarissa, like, what would make her think that it's okay to plan to have babies with a married man, you know, but at the same token, she should be prepared for those questions because she put her motherfucking business out there in the first place. That's why we know that she plans on having babies with a married man, because it came out of her mouth.
But maybe she smacked her because of all the shit that was being said when they was jawing back and forth. Maybe that was the response to the jawing. Because maybe, I don't know what was said in that little back and forth, but it was obviously something enough to make her reach out and touch.
Yeah, but Clarissa is touchy any fucking way because she's always on fucking Facebook bugging the fuck out about this, that, and the third. Like always, like she's been crashing out lately. Like she's been crashing out.
So that further lets you know not to say some shit that might offend that woman if you already know that she already on edge. So what it was, I think, honestly, I think that no name ass fighter wanted a payday. So she bumped her jibs knowing that it was going to get that type of response to where she can sue her and get some cheese. Just saying, because a lot of...
I don't think that conversation was a setup.
Hold on. But I'm saying there's a thing that's been going on with fighters, like boxers, UFC fighters, where individuals will antagonize them for that payday. I do remember seeing that as well on
I mean, I can understand that, but I mean, all fighters antagonize each other in order to get in the ring. But that's where the fight begins, when they're in the ring. And anything that has happened before that, there's been consequences. Now, see, the thing is that this wasn't one of them interviews where they were being weighed in talking shit to each other.
Exactly.
Clarissa is a boxer, and this was an MMA event. She was not there fighting anything. She was just there as a fucking commentator, as a spectator. A spectator, yes, as a spectator.
Mm-hmm. So for her to for her to act or say whatever she said to Clarissa, and then the back and forth, well, maybe she was trying to make, who knows, but all I know for a fact is that
you're team Clarissa, aren't you? You team Clarissa.
Not at all. I think she's one of the most ugliest women in the world. And I don't like her fight style. It got nothing
to do with her fighting skills, though. She can be ugly. No, but I'm saying, like, she's got great skills.
I mean, that makes her more dangerous. That makes her more dangerous. No, I'm not saying she doesn't, but I said I just don't like her fight style, and I don't like the quality of the opponents that she always seemed to get ranked with, because a lot of these chicks are nowhere close to her level, so she just beats the shit out of them, and it's
right.
Right. So it's like, for me, it seems like the reason I don't like her is because if you're going to fight, or if you want to make yourself a name in that arena, then you should be fighting motherfuckers that's in your weight class. Exactly. When you fighting little softball fights, that just kind of makes you look weak as shit, in my opinion.
And then
when I used to fight, I always went for people.
Really on the internet, it don't get no brownie points from me, boo boo.
No, because if you won't be for Remy, pull up on it, and Remy will give you what you want.
And you're right at tat.
You feel me? Because Remy ain't with the play, and I think Clarissa know that. That's why she kept it, and that's why she kept it on online type shit, because she don't want to pull up on Remy.
Yeah,
because Remy a whole different type of beast. Like what that nigga Lil Wayne say? What's a goon to a goblin? In this situation, yeah, Clarissa would be a goon, while Remy is that goblin. Because she ain't giving two fucks.
She definitely is not.
Definitely is not. Well, the face pack was awesome.
Okay.
But what I wanted to kind of touch on was how, and it's a topic I'm pretty sure you guys have been talking about before, but this is some shit that got to do with the AI shit. Have any one of you people out there in the audience noticed how you're starting to hear more and more incidences where AI in vehicles around the house or just in general, how they've been malfunctioning, saying all type of like inappropriate shit to people, children, how cars, these self-driving cars are getting into these accidents. Who the fuck driving these cars? Who's hacking into these systems to make these cars do this weird shit that they've been doing? And I find it unsettling that their program is that easy to hack or able to be hacked at all. What's wrong with your firewall? And for the Teslas, we ain't gonna even talk about Tesla and Elon Musk shit, because you already know that shit's all the way off the hook, because he's a foul motherfucker. So I can imagine he's programming his AI to say some foul ass shit. What do you think, Wicked?
I just think that the whole thing with it's not the AI that I'm as much concerned about as I am with these physical robots. You know what I'm saying? So it's the physical robots that I'm more concerned with, and the controlling of the vehicles. I could give less than two shits about Chat GPT writing you a hit single. You know what I'm saying? I could care less about that, because half the people out here don't write their own shit any fucking way. All right,
that part.
That's not my concern. My concern is when you're putting these robotics into the stores. Like, we're already going to grocery stores and going through self-checkout lanes where we don't get a W-2 at the end of the year for doing their fucking job. Okay, so we're already going through self-checkout. What the fuck else do you want? Okay, like, you already eliminated the goal is to eliminate as many jobs as possible. So during COVID, I believe, and I just speaking from someone who lives on the East Coast, I believe that COVID was something that was set in place so that they can clean sweep a lot of unnecessary jobs and whatnot along the highway. So you can remove toll booths and whatnot off the highway if nobody is traveling, because you got everybody on quarantine. You see what I'm saying? Because as soon as we came back from COVID, all of a sudden there was toll booths were removed off of the East Coast. Okay, so you didn't actually stop at a toll booth and drop your coins in anymore. Now you went underneath this motherfucking scanner that looked like a fucking road sign or whatever, and you scanned your plates or whatever on your vehicle, and then it charged you your tolls. You got a bill in the mail, or you just paid it through a text prompt on the phone by dialing like *882 or some bullshit, right?
Oh wow.
So I think that, you know, with the robotics and the AI taking over, I don't have a problem until it starts eliminating jobs. Once it starts eliminating jobs, now that's where we gotta start, you know, paying attention. Because like I said, right, because first we were checking ourselves out at the grocery stores and ain't nobody say nothing because, oh, it's more convenient, right? Okay, now let's remove the toll booths. Oh, we don't have to stop on the highway anymore. We don't have to make sure we have change. Oh, this is more convenient. Yeah, but while it's more convenient, look at how many
people losing their jobs.
Lost their jobs.
Right.
Now we can continue on with this AI thing. Y'all let them make you some poetry for Freestyle Fridays or wherever the fuck it is, and make y'all some screenplays and make y'all some codes for some video games. But do you really want AI performing your motherfucking heart transplant or your kidney transplant or your, you know, delivering your babies? or diagnosing you for whatever the fuck ailment it is that you have? Do you really want some kid on their PlayStation or their VR headset directing and controlling the car that you are taking because you prefer to put it on what? Autopilot? Autopilot ain't autopilot. Autopilot is somebody sitting at their computer controlling that. Now the question is, like you said, who the fuck is controlling? Who's controlling? Okay, so we know the government, we know that they got to give certain people jobs, right? And they got to give these certain people, this certain class of people jobs without paying them. And unfortunately, that certain class of jobs or that certain class of people happens to be incarcerated people. I hate to say that because that's where they get their free labor from. Like, let's just keep it real. All right. So what are they going to do? They're going to put these headsets into the prisons, and instead of them fucking punching out license plates, now they're going to be on VR headsets, driving Teslas, causing accidents or whatever. Or are you going to put them in the driver's ed classes where these motherfucking driver's ed kids are now the ones that are controlling these operated cars and getting us to our destination? Or is going to be somebody who lives all the way in fucking East Bumfuck Arabia, Timbuktu, some fucking where, and they're going to be on their computer controlling a car here in the United States? Because, of course, none of our technology actually comes from us.
Not at all. Not even the microchips that they put the data on. So, what the hell?
So I mean, AI and VR, that shit is awesome if you're trying to be entertained, or even if you're trying to teach something, like if you're teaching piano or if you're teaching surgeons or whatever. Yeah, you can teach on this headset, but just because you learned on this headset doesn't mean that I want robotics working on my person. Like I don't want that part.
Can you imagine the bedside manner of an AI?
What bedside manner? Now they're gonna program compassion into them too?
I don't think it's possible.
Like you're gonna program compassion into a computer, and if you're gonna program compassion and empathy into a computer, then just say goodbye, because they don't need us no more. Because now if we got computers and AI that has empathy and compassion, then we're done as a human race. We're done. Because eventually they're going to realize that, we are smarter. We don't need them niggas. Right. We're smarter than them, even though they created us.
That part.
Right? Because that's how it's going to go. We're smarter than them, even though they created us, so that we're going to destroy them.
That part. Take over. And we're going to block them from any ways of trying to destroy us.
Mm-hmm. Right. And then you put so much into the computer system's hands or into robotics' hands, then what happens when that system crashes? What happens when it goes overloaded? What happens when you're driving one of these automatic cars down the street? Or one of these automatic cars are transporting you, and there's some type of fucking glitch in the system, or some kid didn't figure out some code and accidentally hacked that shit just fucking around with his friends.
Right. And now they not knowing that it's a real fucking car that they fucking with, and now they didn't crash some shit.
Right.
They on some Grand Theft Auto type shit.
Right.
I think I could get this car up to 100.
Mm-hmm. Let's run over these people and chase them and see how fast they can run. Yeah, you just ran over grandma, and that ain't no motherfucking reindeer.
Not even close. But yeah, just things that be going through the mind while we sitting around thinking about things, or what they call it, brainstorming.
Yeah, brainstorming.
Mm-hmm. Right. Because it'd be some crazy. So guess what I found out last night? since you brought
What's
up
up?
prison and prison people, prisoners in prison. So when I was inside, they had tablets, right? And they came from different companies. You had a J tab from Union. You had what they have now is called a GTL tablet. And it's supposed to be being upgraded into something else. But I found out that last night that these son bitches are upgrading the tablets again to where not only can the inmates dial out, but now they're making it. They're trying to come up with one that would allow the free folk to call in.
Oh wow!
Right, which is a game changer, of course. But I'm pretty sure
I'm trying to understand. Like, what is the point of being? Where's the punishment? Where is the punishment in incarceration now? Where's the punishment?
Oh, trust me, it's punishment in that son bitch because you're always on high alert. You always have to be ready to defend your person because at any given time,
against other inmates. But my thing is, when you went to prison, you didn't have access to being able to have tablets and cell phones. I don't give a fuck what the technology is now. There's just certain things that you should not. I don't understand how those certain things are being allowed in the prisons now. Like, how is this being tolerated? Where is the punishment in being in prison? The fact that you're in prison, but you're in prison with a cell phone, a computer, you got internet,
you got
3 meals.
You don't get no internet. Where the hell do you think you get internet at?
How you running tablets?
They run it off of fucking what's that shit called? It's not internet per se. Or if it is internet, it's the most degraded shit that you would ever see because most of those tablets don't even fucking work half the time.
These mofos be in their jail cells posting live on Facebook. So that's some type of internet service, yo. They got internet on the phone.
But that's not the tablets. That's extracurricular shit that people somehow get their hands on and be able to do the shit that you're talking about. That's not something that's just handed out to every fucking body. Only select people is able to access that type of equipment. Let's just say that, because a good 80% of the population don't have that.
Yeah, but there's quite a few of them in there that do.
20%. 20%. And I mean, but if you really want to get into the meat and potatoes of that shit's been going on for years. That's not nothing new. It's just more prevalent now.
Yeah, but you're talking about.
But I'm saying these are tablets.
Tablets and shit.
Well, the tablets is different. The tablets were implemented during COVID because the phones wasn't working. And you were locked down in your cell the majority of the time that you're there because you couldn't program because COVID was prevalent throughout the prisons. So they had to come up with a system to where, because they can't deny you the right to talk to your family. You know what I mean? Other than letters, because you're entitled to a certain amount of phone calls.
There's a lot of technology in the prisons, is what I'm saying, and there's a lot of technology.
And the computers only go to the laptops go to the college students, and you have to be a certain type of inmate to be even involved in those programs. So you can't just get on those programs willy-nilly. You have to meet criteria in order to be able to go into those programs. So, which is based on conduct, behavior, and all that other shit. And then you got certain prisons where you have to even be recommended for the program, which means that you had to have been doing, you had to be on good behavior for a certain amount of time before you even get a recommendation for that type of program. And this depends on which facility that you're in. So
how do we get to this?
Yeah,
we was talking about AI.
Well, we deviated.
That's how we got to this.
A while ago. We finished AI like Four and a half, 6 minutes ago.
How did we get to this? Because we were talking about
Well,
AI and computers.
Well, go ahead. No, I just wanted to put out there what I had learned last night. I thought it was interesting, considering I was inside. So they just trying to reestablish and reconnect people with their families, supposedly. But go ahead, talk about AI.
Well, I mean, they could reconnect people with their families if they stop fucking false charging people.
I agree. Or upcharging people.
That part too.
Because don't get me wrong, you got motherfuckers in there that's supposed to be in there. But a lot of times, the people that done certain shit ain't done all of the shit that was given to them.
I believe that.
You know, and then you got some motherfuckers that just really deserve to be there. But, you know, I can't call it.
I can't call it either. I just know that there's a lot of...
The system is broken?
Yeah, there's a lot of corrupt shit that goes on. And...
Of course.
You know, our people get caught up in a lot of it because our people seem to be and have always been the freaking scapegoat. I mean,
yeah,
that's just what it is.
I agree.
And people see people in a flash and automatically, just because, oh, he had a deep voice, so he had to have been a black person. You know how many white people I've met that have deep voices, like
them deep ass voices, right?
Like for real.
But it's like, you know, and to speak to that, that's just basic racial profiling, just in a nutshell. Because
it is.
Motherfuckers pick motherfuckers up just because you fit the description of a motherfucker, and then because in this motherfucking day and age, you're guilty until proven innocent. And a lot of times to get proven innocent. Well, for our people, yes. But it's like in the majority of the cases, especially back in the days, they didn't have the technology that they have now. And that's why you see a lot of these prisoners getting out after 20, 25, 30 years, because it came to light that these motherfuckers actually really had nothing to do with the shit. That happened to a friend of mine. That nigga did like 28 years in prison for a crime he never committed. And they try to cash you out at the, you know, when you get out. But it's like, how you gonna get back all that time? How you gonna get back all of the shit that you missed?
Yeah, that's why they
because you was in time. No, that's what I'm saying. They try to hit you with some cheese, like, oh, here, this should cover all of the deaths in your family that you missed, all of the people that had to miss out, or you had to miss out on because you was in here for some shit that had nothing to do with you. These motherfuckers is backwards. And yeah, money is good, but that still don't. There's sentimental shit that you can't get back. There's memories that you'll never get back. So I don't know. I just think it's all some bullshit. Oh, speaking of that, have you watched that? I think it's a documentary called The 13th Amendment.
No, I have not watched that.
Yeah, man. It goes into
damn thing.
It goes into how melanated peoples are always profiled, they're upcharged, and why. It goes into like all of the companies who fund CDCR and prisons. You know what I mean? That they support these programs that's generated to keep melanated people incarcerated. And that's why the recidivism rate is so high for a lot of the melanated people. It's a pretty good documentary. And so, yeah, you might want to check that out. 13th Amendment. But
so
what you
I got a question.
All right.
What do you guys think is an appropriate age for a child to have their own unmonitored Facebook page?
At what age a child should? About 17.
About 17.
About 17.
About 17.
Because think about it. I mean, unmonitored.
I was gonna say the same thing about 17.
Because about 17.
They should have just monitored when they young like that.
When they 12, 13, 14. You don't know shit. So what the fuck you need a Facebook page for? What type of insight is you imparting? What friends is you trying to look up? That was that important that you won't see when you go to school. The fuck? I can understand if you done graduated and some years that passed and a motherfucker hits you up like, hey, you coming to the fucking reunion or some shit? That's different. But kids, the fuck? You don't need a fucking unmonitored Facebook page. Motherfucking kids is crazy. They devious and they manipulative.
That's a fact.
So
now, do you think that parents who claim that they are monitoring their underage child's Facebook page, do you really think that they actually are paying attention to every single post that child makes?
I would say this. I would say some, and a very few actually monitor, but for the majority, fuck no. Because life gets in the way. There's other shit to be concerned about. Mothers that's single, they gotta cook, clean, work, and do all this other shit. Dads that's single gotta do the same. So they don't have the time to sit and monitor every single thing that their child posts.
I'm an adult, and my father is on my Facebook page, and I have to, even as an adult, because I know my father can chime into my page at any time and decide he want to do his Sunday reading on my page. I have to be very careful.
What you post?
Right, what the fuck it is that I post. Cause
you know that's ungodly. Oh my God, that would be me so bad if I had a kid. Like, you do know that is inappropriate.
Like, there have been times where I had posted some stuff years ago on my Facebook page, just with the attitude, I'm a grown ass woman. You know what I'm saying? And
right.
Never to your parent. Never to your parent.
No, because you're still a child to your parent. Right, you're still that little pigtail.
Man, even at
jelly wearing
6 years old, I feel like my Facebook page is still being monitored by my parent, because I have to really be careful sometimes about posting how I really feel, you know, because I don't want certain people to feel a certain way, because I've got a mouth, and
yeah,
I can't even use my social media page as an outlet sometimes, because I'm afraid that the people that I'm talking about, they're gonna know I'm talking about them. And I might have other shit to have to fucking deal with. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
so you basically have to censor yourself from expressing how you really feel on something that's yours.
Right, right. Especially when it comes to like things within, you know, my immediate circle. Like, if let's say if I'm upset that my father got me fucking milk chocolate instead of white chocolate, knowing damn well that I prefer white chocolate. You know what I'm saying? And if I post that on my page, then it's like, then I got to worry about him feeling some type of way. And then I can't even just say it as a joke. You know what I'm saying? Because
you still might offend their sensibility.
Right, because it might offend them. Right.
Right. Yeah. So it's like, even though you just making a joke of it or light of it, or even if you've been serious about it, knowing that somebody can monitor what you're saying and misconstrue your intent gives you an extra issue to deal with when you shouldn't have to. When all you're really doing
when I
is
shouldn't have
expressing
to.
how you feel.
Right. Because some of us, we say we grown until we realize, oh yeah, my mom is friends on my Facebook, or
Or
my
my
dad,
dad is.
or my
Or
child,
my
for that
grandmother.
matter.
Or yeah.
Or my child is friends on my, because
Right.
if you got a child and your child is underage and you're monitoring your child's page, then you're friends on your child's Facebook page, and whatever you post, your child can see that too.
That part.
Unless you're blocking them from it. You know what I'm saying?
Right, because I'm pretty sure they have like a content blocker on
Yeah, you can
or
block
parental
them for seeing
control.
certain things. Yeah, you definitely can. But I
Right.
mean, even still, now you
Shit
got this
slips
page
through the
with all these
cracks.
motherfucking blocks on there, and your child going through your page like, what the fuck my mom talking about where I can't see that shit?
Right? Like, what the fuck you talking about, mama?
Right, what the fuck you got going on?
Let me find out you got an OnlyFans.
Right? That part right there.
Mm-hmm.
That part right there.
You showing your feet again?
I had a friend that
oh my god,
blocked me on her Facebook page because every time I went to her Facebook page, myself and another friend in common, every time we went to her Facebook page, it was always something that would leave a bad taste in our mouths. Okay. Mm-hmm. And we're like, if we're your friends and this shit is leaving a bad taste in our mouth,
imagine like, people who don't know you.
Right. But we're your friends. And it's like, yo, you got kids. And like, come on now, you can't be doing this and putting this type of stuff up on Facebook. So like one time, Lord have mercy. One time she had took a picture of herself sitting on the hood of her car, and she had this little funky pose with her one leg up and one leg down, lean back with a little tight little top on with these fucking legging pant type things with a pair of pumps on, right? But then as I'm looking at the photo and she's taking a couple of these photos, there's one photo where she's like bent over, and I had to call her on her phone because I didn't want to like put the comment up on her page. I had to let her know.
Showing your ass, folks.
Girl, no, because girlfriend was not wearing leggings. She didn't realize that there's a difference between leggings and tights. Okay. And she was just straight ass. I was like, do you realize that the sun is hitting that shit and we see all of that? Like that, right? That's not a
like deal. All your goods is exposed.
Yeah, but she got upset because I was trying to get her to understand, like, because we was a really, really close clique. And I was trying to get her to understand that, like, I don't want to be guilty by association. I don't want people to think that just because you're like this, that the rest of us are like that too. Like, you ain't gonna have me looking bad and people thinking, oh, well, that's her homegirl, so she must like be giving up them goodies.
Birds of a feather.
No, birds of a feather don't flock together unless you're using olive oil. Okay. So keep your chicken clean and you ain't got to worry about that shit.
Oh my God. You said keep your chicken clean or keep your kitchen clean?
Keep the chicken clean.
Oh.
And you ain't got to worry
about that. Never mind. We gonna move on.
I'm just saying, we talking about birds and shit. So I'm just
right.
But like she couldn't understand. She couldn't understand. And then she was saying that I was always putting her down and whatnot. No, it's not that I'm putting you down, boo-boo. It's that
I'm trying to put you up on game.
It's like I'm just trying to get her to understand, like, you have two children. One, you don't even know who the father is. You know what I'm saying? Ooh. So if you don't even know, like, present yourself in a better way before we end up in this situation again. Okay? Like, just present yourself better. And you would think that you would want to present yourself. She would want to present herself better so she would attract a different type of
breed of individual.
Right. Mm-hmm. And she's like, I don't understand why I keep attracting the same type of dudes. Well, I mean, look at what you're throwing out there. Right. Look at what you're throwing out there. If you throwing out ass shots all the time, don't get mad because a nigga want to fuck when he first see you. Because that's what you're presenting. I'm sorry, but that's I'm a woman and I'm looking at it that way.
Yeah. And all the good dudes ain't really trying to fuck with that because they ain't trying to get that. They ain't looking for that type of energy.
No, dude. I don't know no real dudes. Like, I don't know no real men that's trying to wife a chick. No, let me put it like this. I don't know any men out there that are looking for wives that are accepting that type of behavior. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying.
If you looking for a wife,
trying to look for that.
Like, nah. And if you looking for a husband, nah, you ain't finding no husband like that. You're gonna find your baby daddy, but you ain't gonna find your husband.
I hear you. I agree. But shit, nowadays motherfuckers ain't looking for wives.
I know
they looking for multiple baby mamas.
Yeah, and some chicks are good with that.
Right?
Some chicks are good with that. Some chicks don't give a fuck because they like, look, a piece of man is better than no man. No, 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 If
or they got that mindset that they can change a nigga.
There's no reason for you to be in a relationship. There's no reason for a woman to subject herself to being in a relationship with a man who already has a wife, okay? Or a man girlfriend or whatever. Ain't no sense in you being no side piece. There is somebody out there for you. If you don't believe me, go to the mall. Go to the mall and see how many ugly motherfuckers got women or got a nigga. Okay? I promise you. And I've seen them and I've been like, look, I'm going to hold out.
That's an ugly ass couple.
Right. I'm not going to settle for just anything because if that ugly bitch got one, I know mine's is coming and I'm just going to hold out. I'm not just going to give it up just to be giving it up.